Microsoft Excel, Chapter 1, Blue Box 9. In this exercise, we'll learn how to edit cells that we've already created. So, for example, we'll move on over to A7, where it says promise distribution, and we want to add the word time at the end. Without having to type over promise distribution time again, instead we can enter an editing mode. For a Macintosh, the book notes one way of doing it, but the common way across both the Windows platform and Macintosh platform is to use the F2 key. Just as a reminder, the F2 key is a function key across the top of the keyboard. These function keys were ways in which software was able to extend the use of shortcut keys early on. Now, in the age of laptops, they are useful for creating shortcuts for hardware. So you'll notice there's an addition of a FN key, referred to as a function key, FN key, and it's usually in the bottom left-hand corner of your keyboard. If you hold down the FN key and hit F2, you'll notice you've now entered the editing mode. It puts you at the very end of the cell, and I'm just going to hit space, capital T-I-M-E, and go ahead and hit enter. We've now been able to update to reflect that appropriately. In the cell F6, so I'll click on F6, or we can navigate to F6 in one of the ways we learned in a previous example. We are going to add a space between Sandia and Heights. An alternative way to get into the editing mode is to simply double click on the cell. In this case, it might be a little more efficient because I can get my cursor fairly close to where I wanted it in the middle of the cell. I can use my arrow key to push to the right once, or whatever you would need to do. And after I'm at the A but before the H, I can go ahead and put in the missing space. In this exercise, we're going to add another provider location. In D6, we're going to type Rio Rancho, capital R on both words, Rio space Rancho, and then we'll hit enter. In a previous exercise, we also learned how to wrap the text. That's what we're going to do for the cells from C6 all the way over to F6. So I will click on C6, and while holding my touchpad or mouse button down, I'm going to drag over and select C6 to F6, come up to the toolbar in the, or not toolbar, the ribbon, sorry, on the Home tab, go to the alignment group, and I will click on the Wrap Text tool. And the very last thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to move us back to A1. And there's a variety of ways to navigate to A1. I could just simply click into A1, or again, remember, I can also use the name box as a quick way to navigate to a particular cell location. Once we've done this, we'll go ahead and save the document just to make sure that we have the all the necessary corrections. And that's the end of this exercise.